So how was that session there that you just had fun?
It was good, very technical, done a lot of technique and just working on certain drills, making sure it's repetitive. And just being able to, when the time comes, execute what we're doing right now. So we're building we're building brick by brick every day, just working hard.
So that's today, but we'll go back to the beginning. You started off boxing in Fisher ABC,
Yeah.
and you didn't go to box to begin with, did you? You went to
No.
play table tennis?
Well, not table tennis, but there was a youth club and there's various activities there that you can do. Football, basketball, table tennis. I just enjoyed being there, and it was exciting as a kid because you just got everything. And then obviously you got the boxing gym upstairs, and I didn't really start participating until I was about 8. Yeah. And then obviously one thing led to another. By the time I turned 11, I was having my first fight.
I know that you faced a bit of adversity when you were at Super getting started. Was that a changing point in your life where you saw boxing as something more than what it was?
Kind of, because it's like, where do we go from here? See, me, I'm a type of person, I'm solutionist. So this is happening, it's a bit of a setback. It kind of puts you in a perspective of, do I get revenge? Or do I just stick to what I'm doing? Because I was currently at university and I was currently in college, so, and I was boxing.
Wait, sorry, just to pull you up on the word revenge.
Yeah.
You really thought that you'd go and do it back to somebody?
Well, that's part.
Seems like a big word.
That's part of living in certain areas. You get me, now I'm gonna get you back. That's just how it is. But I always knew from a young age, I knew that's not really what I'm gonna do. I knew from like 13, 14, I don't see a life in this.
And were you always, even as young as 16, you were still thinking solutions
Yeah,
rather than
100%.
problems?
I've always put solutions because that's the only way you get through stuff.
You decided that you were going to do boxing professionally, and that was around 2013.
Yes.
So I think
2015.
2015.
Yes.
Okay.
Close.
Yours. So did the 2012 Olympics have an impact on you then with the heights of boxing and ammunition?
100%. I was on Team GB at the time, so no, I got onto Team GB a year later. So my aim was, if I'm on here, let's try to get to the Olympic qualifiers and try to get to the Olympics one way or another. Being on there, it was like my best boxing experience I've ever had. Everything was paid for, flying out to different countries to fight. The top fighters, being part of, the world of boxing and getting medals in certain countries, it made me feel like, yeah, I can do so.
And 17 wins, 3 losses. Can you reflect on your career so far?
Yes. I mean, this year's been 9 years. Especially boxing. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. My career started off very well. I was busy, I was active. I was fighting on all different shows. I wasn't signed to anybody because if I'm on different platforms showing what I can do, on this platform, that platform, it builds on my profile. So I really enjoyed that. And then there was times where I had to make changes. I went to go with this trainer and I went to go with this manager to kind of push me up to where I wanted to get to. And certain things just come to a stop at one point. I think it was more from 2018 to 2020. Then I had one fight.
Quite long year.
I was out for about 16 months, dealing with personal stuff, management, trying to make a living for myself. This is not easy because as a pro, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah, if you're not fighting, you're not getting paid either.
You ain't getting paid.
I'm laughing, but I don't mean to.
It's fine, it's part of yours, I didn't have sponsors at the time. And it weren't easy. It was a hard, you know, it was hard for me. And I said, listen, the only way to get somewhere is to just keep going. And then in 2020, in one of the, you know, the openings of the lockdown folks.
Oh God, how was that? I bet that was a strange experience with no fans.
Yeah, that was strange because I'd never I could hear every single word my coach was saying. So at the time I was training.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing. Obviously got the victory then, and then the year after that, had my first loss, which was hard to take.
Is that a lonely place to be? I feel like boxing can be a lonely sport at the best of times. It's like, yes, you have a team around you, but it's you who's got to do it. So it could be lonely in the ring.
Yeah.
But then also dealing with a loss. Is that
well, it is a
more lonely kind?
It is a lonely sport, as they say, because it's only you in the ring yourself. Yeah, it's just a hard thing, and obviously at the time of the loss, it wasn't easy, but I dealt with it and I come back stronger than it.
As you've touched on losses yourself, so your losses are against Mike Wilkinson's Echo Arsenal and Warren Cooper. They was the last fight out. I've heard you say that Michael and Echo were essentially down to inexperience.
Exactly.
So can you talk us through that and how that compares to the mental state that you would be in after your most recent loss to Cooper?
I think the two fights for me, the experience played in, for example, when I was about to have my second pro fight, I sparred with Kimson, and he was having his first title fight.
Okay.
So it's completely two different complete trajectories in terms of fighters.
Did that make the loss harder to take or slightly easier to take?
Slightly easier to take because I know what I can do.
When you've had that loss, have you kind of had time to reflect on it, or was it straight back down to back in the gym, back to rectifying what went wrong?
Yeah, there's always I was back in the gym within a week because I didn't want to keep dwelling on the facts of being beat. But what it did do, it took away, it made me a lot hungrier in terms of fighting and in terms of, you know, getting back on it. So that's the main thing, really.
A lot of fighters are protective of their all.
Okay.
Do you think losing those fights has made you more feelers?
Yes. A lot of fighters still want to pick certain fights. I'm at a stage in my career where I would prefer to fight anybody, you know. The losses are based on lessons that I've learned. I've got to pick myself up and I just keep going.
So touching on the word lessons, what is the biggest lesson you have learned about yourself in the process of dealing with losses in boxing?
That I'm a survivor. I'll always survive. Nothing. There's nothing right now. The only thing that can kill me is death. That's how I see it.
Well, you describe yourself there as a survivor. So is it a futile question to ask if you ever wanted to give up boxing as a result of the losses?
Plenty of times. Plenty of times. Times where I wasn't fighting. Times where I lost as well. Times I thought, what's the point? What's the point? I'm doing all this and I can't even beat this guy. How am I going to get it? You know? Well, that's how you get better. A lot of the times I've come back from losses as a better fight.
You've talked about the feeling of a win, so I'm going to go back to Florian Martin just simply because of the build-up. What did that win?
What was the build-up like for you?
Oh, I loved it. It was brilliant.
Did you like the drama?
I think as long as it doesn't go into like too distasteful, it was very entertaining. The back and forth between you and Florian, you pretty decent trash talker. Do you like that element?
I'm not really a trash talker. I just know.
But that fight you were. Come on.
I wasn't, but I was because he was trash talking himself. But I just knew he would never ever beat me.
So was that not as satisfying as what people might have thought it would be when you did?
That was satisfying because of the comments I was getting from his support, like proper abuse.
Like,
So,
think of all them people who were at the press conference and then
Yeah.
just chanting like,
exactly.
Marku.
Exactly. I mean, that spurred me on at the time because it was like, yeah, I gotta shut all these people up.
But you need that bit of needle to get you, not that you're not up for it, but like, does it fire you to spur you on?
Not really. I think it spurred me on seeing the kind of comments I was getting. That's what it is. But I'm always ready to fight.
Is that the highest point of your career so far? Even though you
Yeah.
knew you would win?
Yes, that is my highest point in my career because I was coming off a loss.
Yeah.
I was co-main event and I'd been out for 12 I've been out for 14 months. I hadn't boxed. So even when you look at the fight, the first 2 rounds I was a bit cagey and I was waiting to see what he was doing. So I was just reading him like a book. And then after that, I just let him on it.
Talking about the O2,
Mm-hmm.
that atmosphere in there was absolutely nuts. If you could have, I'm jumping around a little bit here, but if you
Yeah.
could have any dream performer
Mm-hmm.
to walk you out, I'm a big fan of that. Dead or alive,
Yeah.
who's walking you out, who's performing, what are you doing for your own?
See, that's a hard one because I got many people that I want to eat.
Well, you can have a rap battle
A
on the
rap,
stage before you go down.
Dead or alive. Tupac's definitely one, but Biggie's definitely.
Look there, the rap battle, there we go. Got one on one side,
That
one on
would
the
be
other side.
absolutely crazy. That would be it. That would be.
I'd say we'll make it happen, but I'm not quite sure we can raise people from the dead. Moving up to 154.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Funny enough, I boxed above the welterweight championship limit, and I felt so comfortable. And people said I looked better, that I should stay at 154, but like I said, I was chasing something that, I believed that I could get, but it didn't happen. And in the fight, nothing was registering to me.
In the last fight.
In my last fight.
Yeah. Do you think that's down to the weight cut?
100%. Speaking to a lot of people who know about weight cuts and know about just the brain itself, you can't really get hydrated within the 24 hours after losing so much weight. And there wasn't much for me to lose, but that little bit that I had left took everything out of me.
Is it fair to say you've been criticised for power in the past? Do you think that will come with more hate?
100%, I believe so.
So now we're going to go from too slick to too heavy.
Let's see, innit?
I'm going to do a bit of an about turn now. We're running out of time. Acting, Fightland, 50 Cent.
How do you know about that?
You told me about it.
He told you about it?
You put something on Instagram,
Is it?
and then I capitalised it.
So he told you I was in
You told.
it? Is it?
So you know.
I am in it.
Don't do that to me. So, from what you can let us know, how did you get into it and what was your role?
So my role is me being one of the boxers. That's a part of the series, but that's all I can give the 100 more views and what's gonna happen in the next
Okay,
hour.
right. So, it's not your acting debut, is it?
No, so
Just 2 drops.
just 2 drops was very exciting.
What
And
are you doing
I was only in there for about two seconds. Well,
Did-
you've seen it. You've
now?
seen
No, you told me your scene got cut.
it. Yeah, well,
But you were still in it for 2
I was
seconds.
in it for 2 seconds.
But were you supposed to be in it for longer?
Did you watch it?
No, I'm not sure.
So when you watch it,
I've heard
see-
saying good things about it.
Is
It's
it?
got like 9.3 on IMDb.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
Okay, well, everyone needs to watch out for Fightland to see, and we can see a little cameo
Yeah,
from his like Chris.
you'll see a few cameos. I'm back on set for it on Friday. It'll probably be my last 2 times on set. unless they actually want, unless they give me lines. If they give me lines, then that's a totally different thing.
Okay, well, let's get more money for that. So we don't need to have Michael B. Jordan quaking in his boots yet.
No. They just need me to be honest.